headbutt, and that's a massive poo for a horse, I must say. Welcome gamers back to another ARK Survival video. My name is SebTheGamer, and in this video I'm going to be showing you what are the new ARK Survival creatures useful for. Now, in the patch 254, or no, 254, I believe it was, or was it 256? Well, that patch that I covered yesterday, they added some new dinos, and in this episode I'm going to be showing you what are these new dinos useful for. Now, I just spawned them in and tame them whatsoever. I'm just going to show them what they are as base levels and show them what they're useful for. Now, I'm not going to be doing the unicorn, since the unicorn is the exact same as Mr. Zebra over here. So, let's get right into it, shall we? So, we're first going to start off with the zebra. Now, we covered this yesterday, and it had some pretty quick speed. And at the same time, it also had it was pretty powerful. Now, what is this one useful? I have no idea why I'm lagging now, gamers, but what is this one useful for? Well, I'll tell you. This one here is a great pack mule. Now, if you pump a little speed, some health, and some weight, this thing can be a pretty good mount. It has 3 attacks. It has 2 attacks and 1 C. The front attack. Oh, let's see if we can get that a little bit better. Oh god, lag. The left click is like a headbutt of sorts. Let's see if we can get it, slightly better. Here we go. It's a headbutt. The right click is a back kick. Now this also knocks out a creature, which allows you to tame it easier, and of course it does more damage than the headbutt, and that's a massive poo for a horse, I must say. Now the C is it's as if it's winding up. Now you can use You can use things with it. I forgot what the name was. You can use hatchets and things on this. You can also use a lasso, which you can use to grab smaller dinos such as dillos and dodos, and you can drag them around. Now, this here is a very useful mount, especially now with the nerf when it comes to flyers, and it also gathers a decent amount of berries, but it does not gather anything from the trees, as you can see. But it is useful to just travel around, and it's a good pack mule. That's what it's called. So if you want to have a zebra as a pack mule, this is the one to go for. Also, gamers, it can jump. I completely forgot to tell you that. If you need it to jump across a small creek or river, you can do this. And like I said earlier, pumping a little bit of movement speed and health and weight can make this a very useful creature. Next one is the iguanodon. Now this here is a bipedal and quadrupedal? Is that what it's called? Bipedal is 2 legs, and I think it's quadrupedals with 4 legs. Now this here is also quad. Is there now like actual music to the game? Never mind, gamers. That is not music from the game. That is actually music from Chrome. For some reason, decided to start playing music. Anyway, this here is the iguanodon. And this here is a bipedal and quadrupedal walker. Now this here is probably a very useful mount when it comes to gathering berries. It gathers quite a bit of berries, and it also gathers a decent amount of thatch. So if you want something that can gather some berries, this is the one to do it, especially if you're going to be running around on the ground and not have a massive base. Now, it's got multiple stances. This is something that not many dinos have. Oh, wrong one. And the first stance is the bipedal walker, and this here allows you to jog, not very quickly, and if you right click, you go into the quad, and it is a much faster ride. It also is a little bit more bumpy if you are looking at it, and it might get a little bit annoying, but it is a faster thing. Now, it only has 1 click, and it only works in a bipedal form, and he's practically giving the thumbs up. If you do it when you are on 4 legs, it will just go up to 2 legs, and then it will just continue giving you the thumbs up. Now this here was the iguanodon, a very useful thing. I would probably pump some movement with this, and then also, I don't know, what would you pump it in? Health's pretty good. I would put movement speed and maybe a little bit more weight. But this here is also another useful pack mule if you wanted to. It does have a C. Wow, okay, so it does have a C, gamers, if you want to use it, but I'm not quite sure why you would. So this here was the Iguanodon. Let's move on to the next dino. Next up is the Titan of the Sea. This here is the Whale of ARK, and I'm not going to bother pronouncing the name because it is quite a difficult name to pronounce. Now this here is a beast. I mean, as you can check here, gamers, this is not a very small dino, especially in the sea. So if you do end up getting this one, which I would be actually amazed if you do, due to the fact that it has an immense amount of torpor. This is as if you would get them. This was 150 when I force tamed it, so keep in mind that that might vary. But this is a really, really high torpor thing. Dino. There you go. That's it. Now, if you do get this one, it does have a cool little feature. I accidentally did it earlier, but what you can do is you can scrape meat, and what that does is that gives you 50 fish meat. Now, of course, I do have my rates turned up, so just do remember that that may vary. Now, this here is not the fastest creature in the sea, so do keep in mind that if you do get this, I would pump a little bit of movement speed, because 100 movement speed is not that fast. And of course, if you do pump a little bit, just keep pumping it up a little bit, because due to the fact that it has such an immense amount of health, nothing will really bother you. What I would do though is I would pump movement speed and melee damage, and maybe a little bit of weight to get it up to a nice round number, and then that's all you need. These are quite common in the land of ARK. Already we just saw 2, so if you do want to get one, make sure you do it with a friend, because you might bump into another one. Now, I do know the fact that these are not the easiest things to tame. I'm not 100% sure how you tame them, but I know that they're not that easy. These are also quite strong sea creatures. I mean, nothing is really a great concern to us. We one-shot a lot of the things, we two-shot a few things, and of course, if you do want to try taking out an alpha, because you can get an alpha one of these, which is an albino version of this, do keep in mind that you might want to put a little bit of melee damage, because when I did it yesterday, I accidentally killed one, and I didn't even notice until I was editing it. So do keep in mind, gamers, that if you do want to take out an alpha with one of these, do pump a little bit of melee damage, because that might be useful due to the fact that alphas are usually harder to kill. If you do decide to get to one of these, you should probably know what the attacks are. This only does have one attack, and that is the bite effect. Now, if you're in the water, if you're out above the water, it is a massive splash, which is actually quite cool. Now, it does have no right click, and it has no C attack. So do keep that in mind, gamers, that if you are going to use this, that this is the only attack you can do. It can do a substantial amount of damage, but just do remember that it is the only damage that you can do. Next up, gamers, is the Ichthyornis. Now, I have not used this dino often, and I do not know much about it, but one thing I can tell you, gamers, is that just over here, there is another one here. So these appear to be quite common in the wild. Now, one thing these can do is they can go and gather fish meat for you. So what you do is you can either put hunt and retrieve, just hunt, and of course you can just do it to nothing. So we're going to set it to hunt and retrieve. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this works. I do remember that some other YouTubers were having some difficulty trying to get this to work. So I'm just going to take it to a place where there are some coal and some fish, and we're just going to drop it in. Now, of course, that is, there it is. Here's some fish. Now, one thing I do not remember how to do is drop the dino. That's one thing I completely forgot. Alright, gamers, I figured it out. It's F, and I spawned another one, and I completely forgot. So if we pick this guy up and we go into the deep dark of the ocean, what would happen if is this guy still on me? So that's the other one. I guess he's still on me. So what happens if we throw him into the water? Does he hunt and receive? Now, I'm not 100% sure how exactly this works. Oh, he's following me, isn't he? No, he's not following me. So how does this work exactly? Does he have to be on wander by any chance? If that's the case, then we should probably just do that. Or actually, we'll just grab this one here. Alright, we're going to put this guy on wander, and then we're going to do hunt and retrieve. What will you do, my friend? Are you just going to stand here? Okay, I picked him up accidentally. So what happens if we just throw him down here? What will happen? Does he hunt and retrieve? You should stop following me. So nothing really happens by the looks of it. Huh. Alright. So What that means, gamers, is that I'm not 100% sure how this works, but this here can gather fish if you need it for whatever reason, so you can probably tame some of the sea creatures. So these here were the new creations of this patch 2.5. Oh wait, that fish there just dived in. That one there just dived into the water. It's not one of mine, but okay. So I guess yeah, they would literally just grab the food from the water, the fish and things, and then that's about it. So this is where I'm going to wrap it up here, gamers. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. This patch came out with some fun dinos to goof around with. I do recommend you do a little bit of research on this one here, because I really have no idea how it works. So I hope you gamers enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more about this patch or any other future patches, please let me know in the comment section below, and then we can get that done. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the very next video. Goodbye, and don't forget, gamers, to keep on gaming.